All right, hello guys. My name is Karen Fenn. I am a registered and licensed dietitian and nutritionist. I am located in Northeast Pennsylvania, and today what we will be talking about will be an intro to sports dietetics and the athlete. Some things we will be discussing today is what is sports dietetics? What is it comprised of? We will talk about factors and individualized sports dietetics. We will further go on to discuss pre-training nutrition, intra-training nutrition, post-training nutrition, and then we'll actually apply some of that knowledge we just learned to a little bit of a case study about an individual. We'll discuss a little bit about good versus bad nutrition. We'll close up with a little bit of a summary, and then finally we will have our Q&A session at the very end. So what is sports dietetics from a simplistic view? Simply, it's athletic performance. We're looking at recovery and weight management as well as overall wellness of the individual. So specifically, what is sports dietetics when we start to pull apart the pieces? It's a specialization within the field of nutrition that partners closely with the study of the human body and exercise science. The applications of sports dietetics includes providing fuel for physical activity, facilitating repair and rebuilding processes, optimizing athletic performance, and of course overall health and wellness. And one thing I always like to talk about when it comes to the athlete as an individual is some people think that the area of sports dietetics is only thought to be reserved only for quote-unquote athletes, which one might assume that includes athletes, individuals of only the elite or professional level. But however, I do think that the term athlete refers to all of those with an athletic ability of all levels, from the novice to the elite. So whether it's your first time walking into a gym, a CrossFit gym, or you're at that elite level, the term athlete definitely applies to you. So if we begin to peel apart the pieces, there's a lot of factors and individualized aspects to sports dietetics. One of the most exciting things for me in this field is that every athlete is different. There's no one-size-fits-all cookie cutter regimen. You have to go at it from individualization. There are basic sport dietetic concepts and guidelines that are used. However, each athlete requires a unique approach to applying those guidelines to fit their individual needs. For an example, we have fats and carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are always known as the stigma in the nutrition world as being bad, bad, bad. But everyone responds differently to these macronutrient breakdowns. One individual could have more success with a high-fat, low-carb nutrition program in comparison to somebody else who may respond better to a higher carb and low-fat intake in respect to their training, their performance, their recovery, their strength increases or lack thereof, or even their body fat percentages. It's definitely all about working with your athlete to determine a macronutrient intake, calorie intake, and balance that works based for them on their overall goals. So now we'll go into a little bit of the good stuff, the nutrition and the training, when we're starting to apply it to our lives and our training. So we'll talk about pre, we'll talk about during, and we'll talk about after training nutrition here.